44-25 run with the complimentary plays over the past 6 weeks, hitting 11 of my last 16, including Utah State, 3-touchdown underdog outright at BYU last night. And of course, last Saturday, 4-0 sweep with complimentary plays. I've got 5 free selections coming your way in just a moment. East Carolina, SMU, Arizona State, Southern Cal, Oklahoma, TCU, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, West Virginia, Kansas. I love all these games. I got to be honest with you. And as you know, the free picks, and one of the reasons I've always been successful with the free picks in 20 plus years of doing this is that I always consider the freebies the best of the worst. But they're not really the worst. What I mean when I say that is simply this. These are the plays that for one reason or the other are just a little bit flawed, that I came this close to using as my own personal best bet today, but I found one particular game that was better. But this is the rest of those plays. I handicapped the entire card. That's why I'm giving them to you. As for me personally today, as I go for winning day number 29 out of, or actually number 30 out of 44, I've got a 15-dime play, a road route. I love this team on the road today. 15-dime play, as you know, with 99% of my plays rated between 5 and 15 dimes. This is pretty much right there at the top of the rating scale. In fact, I've only had 8 plays bigger than this ever in my entire career. So that's what I have going today. And listen, before I talk about the other guys, I got to tell you, last night, the gambling gods got their revenge. And do I have any place to complain, or you, if you've been following me over the past 6 weeks? Because bottom line is, when you win 29 out of 43 days, although greed is good, you can't really complain. And yesterday, the day started with me getting the Orioles coming from behind and cashing with a small 5-dime play after I had them as a 10-dime play the day before. So I had everything going. I had my man, Clayton Kershaw, and you know how much money I have won this year betting either Clayton Kershaw or Adam Wainwright. But I was very concerned that Adam Wainwright pitching yesterday for the first time after 11 days rest would not be sharp. He wasn't. I pointed out in my analysis yesterday that the Dodgers have been scoring runs in bunches, 75 runs total in their last 10 games. They jump out to the early lead. And of course, I've got Kershaw on the mound, on the run line, as an underdog, and a 6-1 lead. And all hell broke loose. And you know what? You just have to walk away from one of those games and say, because what are you going to do? Seriously, sometimes the gambling gods, they get pissed at you for one reason or another, and it happens. So, again, 29 out of 43 winning days. Can I really complain? 10-dime releases like yesterday. I've won 20 out of 25. And I have a play bigger today. Now, a guy who did win big last night is Shawn Michaels. And as I told you yesterday, and as I'll probably tell you, well, I've been telling you this for a couple of years now when I think about it, he is the winningest football handicapper here at the site. Winningest football handicapper at this site. As $10 bettors have won, let me just make you aware of the exact number, $31,400 in NFL and college action over the past 5 years combined. Yeah, $31,400 ain't too shabby. I'm going to talk about what he's got going today, but before going any further, you know it's Saturday, and you know what that means because for nearly 3 years in a row, every single Saturday, I've given you a money-saving discount coupon code that could potentially save you hundreds of dollars off your total purchase price, and today is no different. That coupon code today, guys, is 24%, 24PERCENT. Repeat after me, 24PERCENT. You use that coupon code, that'll save 24% off your total purchase price. It is a mix and match coupon, which means you can use it to buy any combination of handicappers, picks, and or packages. The only stipulation is you have to put everything in your shopping cart at one time. You can't come in and buy Shawn Michaels' big play on the afternoon card and then come in and buy Brian Rusica's late night selection later, 2 hours later. You can't do that. Everything in your shopping cart at one time, picks and or packages, any combination of handicappers, put it in your shopping cart, save 24% off your total purchase price by using that coupon code 24PERCENT. Now remember, as I've told you, over 80% of the customers here at the site are wrapped up in some type of long-term package or another. Why not? You save so much money. If you happen to be involved in a long-term package with a particular handicapper, let's use Anthony Red, for example, and let's say in a 30-day package you have 8 days left, and you want to buy another 30-day package today using this coupon code, you can. And your package would simply get extended, your service package with Anthony Red, from 8 days to 38 days, for example, if you're buying a 30-day package. And if you have any instant rebates, they're applicable as well. As usual, if you have any question about any of the promos, any of the discounts, which are all on the homepage of the site, contact customer service. That's what they're there for, and they'll help you out. Now, let's go back to Shawn Michaels here for a second. So, Shawn, yesterday, had his first 100-dime max wager of the season. Utah State, okay? So he won that, and you saved $60 and got the winner for just $39. Well, same thing goes today, guys, because, I believe, a firm believer in, that you don't have to spend big money to make big money, and I continue to prove that point every single day here at this site over the years. Today, not only going for winning day number 113 out of 185, but 100-dime revenge route, his second 100-dime max college wager of the season, won his first last night in Utah State. And today, same deal. You save $60. You get it for just $39, just like Utah State last night by using coupon code Shawn. And again, not only has he made football bettors, $10 football bettors, $31,400 the past 5 years, but over the past 17 months in all sports combined, $10 bettors have won $25,750. Another big play you should be quickly aware of today, Trace Adams. Normally a 1,000-star play is his top-rated selection. Today, a play that matches the biggest college play he's ever had in his 11 years here as a charter member of this site. Third ever 2,500-star college play of his career. ACC Game of the Year, Pittsburgh and Virginia. I think it kicks off at like 7:30 Eastern time tonight. Won the first ever 2,500-star play 2 Saturdays ago. He said he had a 4-touchdown blowout winner. And Duke, a 16.5-point favorite, beat Tulane by 34. Last Saturday, in fact, had a 2,500-star play, the second of his career. Had his underdog shocker of the year. Washington State, a 13.5-point favorite, won outright at Utah 28-27. You got both of those plays for just $49, and today you get the third ever 2,500-star play for half price. That's right, it's the half price special, simply by using coupon code TRACE. Keep in mind, this play is bigger than his 2,000-star winner on Auburn in last year's title game. It's bigger than the 1,500-star winner on the Seahawks in last year's Super Bowl when he was one of only 3 handicappers here. Notice how I had to make sure I got 3 fingers up there? One of only 3 handicappers here at the site to have the Seahawks in that one. So that's what he's got going today. One more I want to mention, and listen, there's a $5 play of the day. There's a $7.77 triple play today. Brian Rosica. I haven't talked about Brian in a long time. About a year and a half ago, he joined the site. This is a guy who used to be a sportsbook director at worked for one of the big sports books in Costa Rica. He did that for like a year or so, about 14 months. Came back to Vegas. I was introduced to him through Shawn Michaels. Wanted to get into this side, handicapping, put him on the site. Had that phenomenal first 6-7 months here at the site, starting with basketball right in the football season. He cooled off like all handicappers do. I mean, listen, I'm not telling you anything you shouldn't be aware of. Nobody wins all the time. Today, he has the second ever 150-dime play of his career in football. And it's the first in college football. And it goes on the Saturday night card. And I thought, what a great play to make as the Saturday night bailout game of the year. So you can save $80 on the purchase of this play, his second ever 150-dime play, and get it for just $29. The first ever 150-dimer was 2 Sundays ago with the Saints getting the cover at home against the Vikings. This one matches that one. You get it for $29 by using the coupon code ROSICA, R-O-S-I-C-A. His last name. So that'll do it. Let's get to the free selections here, guys, because I got a lot to talk about. Let me see if I can put this in reverse chronological order for you quickly. Ain't going to be so easy. Probably should have thought of this before I started the video report, but geez, with the way I'm going today, it sounds like I'm pumped up on amphetamines, doesn't it? Let's talk about the USC game first. Big revenge game for USC. Remember last year they went to Tempe and they were absolutely demolished a year ago. In fact, in that 62-41 win, Lane Kiffin got back to California and was fired the next day, okay? Well, shoes on the other foot right now. I was impressed with the way USC rebounded after getting just destroyed at Boston College a few weeks ago. They came back and they took it out on Oregon State last week, 35-7 at home against the Beavers in that one. And they really played well defensively. And listen, USC has played well defensively all season. You know, their pass defense, number 11 in the country. Only Division I AA school to not allow a passing touchdown so far this season, giving up just 52.2% completions to opposing quarterbacks, 7 interceptions already, only giving up 155 yards passing per game. And listen, they're also number 6 in the nation in terms of holding teams back on third downs, as opponents have only converted on 25.5% of their third down opportunities. So, yes, did they get steamrolled by Boston College, giving up 452 yards on the ground? Yes, they did. Will Arizona State be able to run on them tonight? Well, they will be a little bit, but Arizona State has bigger problems because Taylor Kelly, their outstanding quarterback, is going to miss another game because of a foot injury. Now, in the Tempe blowout last year, he threw for 430 yards, okay? So that's a problem, okay? And you saw what happened minus Kelly to the Sun Devils when they took on UCLA last Thursday night, and they got absolutely destroyed in that game, 62. No, was it? Oh, geez, I can't even remember the score. 62-27, 62-27. And keep in mind, they were up 17-6 in that game. Up 17-6. Lost 62-27, okay? Again, USC, that 35-10 win over Oregon State last week. 461 total yards. Held a pretty good Beavers offense. Just 181 total yards in that game. Matter of fact, Oregon State's only touchdown came on a late kickoff return. So I'm going to go with USC and big-time revenge, minus the 12 points in this one. Listen, one thing you just have to also remember about Arizona State. This is not the same Arizona State defense you saw in previous years. This is a very green, inexperienced Arizona State defense that can't put any pressure on quarterbacks. They've only got 3 quarterback sacks already this season through 4 games, okay? They've had 16 different starters on defense in 4 games, 11 of them their first ever starts. So that tells you how green this unit is. Let's look at one of your early games. East Carolina is laying 27.5 in the first half, or they're laying 41 points for the game against SMU. Does it really matter? Seriously, does it matter? They're going to win like 59-0. Really? SMU, 4 games this season, they've lost them all, okay? They've got 2 field goals, and their only touchdown was on a Hail Mary pass, okay? That's it. SMU will be lucky to get a field goal today. East Carolina's going, hey, we're making our new debut. It's the American Athletic Conference. We're going to win 59-0 because Al DeMarco says so, and it's right. Do I have to say anything more about this game? Listen, this is a team, ECU, that's coming off a 70-41 win against North Carolina. If you can put 70 points up on the board against North Carolina, well, you should be able to put 59 points up on the board against SMU and hold the Mustangs scoreless in this one. They had a school record 789 yards against North Carolina. They might get 890 today. That's how bad SMU is. June Jones is saying, geez, I got out of here when the going was good. You know, they're playing their 3rd quarterback of the season. The 4th string former walk-on is starting again today. It ain't going to happen. This East Carolina team went to Blacksburg and upset Virginia Tech 28-21 as a 10-point road dog, okay? This is a good team. They put 52 points up on the board against North Carolina Central. I don't know anything about North Carolina Central, but I think North Carolina Central might beat SMU by 17. So that's it. Next game. By the way, Shane Carden, I like this guy. He's the senior quarterback for East Carolina. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but he's averaging 367 yards a game and 11 touchdown passes already. And keep in mind that the SMU secondary is ranked 114th among 125 Division 1A schools in terms of pass defense. It's going to get ugly, and it's going to get ugly early in this one. Next game, let's take a look at your contest between, as I'm scrolling down here, I'm just looking on the schedule. Let's talk about this one. Oklahoma at 3:30 Eastern in Dallas against TCU. I don't get why the Sooners are only a 3.5-point favorite here, because TCU went on the road and beat up SMU. They beat up Samford at home. Not Stanford, Samford, okay? Their biggest win came against Minnesota. Okay, it was a nice win, but Minnesota's quarterback wasn't at 100% in that game, and they were playing at home too. So I'm not sure why Oklahoma is only favored by 3.5. My thought is that everybody buys into the fact that Gary Patterson is a defensive genius, and the Horned Frogs, #1 defense in the Big 12, yada, yada, yada. Who have they played? 3 cupcakes. Okay, 2 cupcakes in Minnesota. But you're going to beat Minnesota anyway. That's the bottom line, okay? Oklahoma beat up Tennessee at home. Pretty impressive. Oklahoma took care of business against West Virginia at home. Oklahoma won at Tulsa. I think Oklahoma can win this game by a touchdown today. I think it's a good play. The Sooners have won 8 straight games on the field. They've covered 7 straight as well. So I like Oklahoma. I'm looking at Oklahoma State here as a 17.5-point favorite at noon Eastern against Iowa State. Listen, you saw Iowa State against Baylor a couple weeks ago, right? I mean, you saw Iowa State. Do not be fooled by the final score in that contest, because Iowa State was getting hammered in that game. I think it was like 35-7 at halftime before Baylor really pulled back the reins in that contest. I mean, that's how bad Iowa State was. And this Iowa State team, I mean, they just don't have any offense. I mean, they got a nice quarterback, but they can't run the ball. They're averaging under 100 yards rushing a game, and that's mainly thanks to the quarterback who's getting most of those pickups. And, they're not going to be able to run the ball here against Oklahoma State, and I don't think they're going to have the offense to keep matching points with the Cowboys. Oklahoma State has scored 31, 40, 43, and 45 points in its first 4 games, going up the ladder each time. They've had 2 extra days of prep work since they last played Thursday night at home against Texas Tech. Oklahoma State won 58-27 in Ames last year, laying 13 points. I think they can win, pretty easily here today in this one. I just don't think it's going to be close. So, again, your free picks. East Carolina, 59-0 over SMU. USC over Arizona State. Oklahoma State taking care of business against Iowa State. Oklahoma against TCU. And I forgot my other free pick. That is going to be West Virginia. This is a big revenge game for the Mountaineers, because last year, with their starting quarterback out, injured, they went to Kansas and they lost. How embarrassing is that? You lost to Kansas. Wasn't that like one of the only 2 conference wins that KU got for Charlie Weiss, who was given the axe after losing last Saturday, 23-0 at home to Texas? That's embarrassing. You lost to Texas and you lost at home and you couldn't put any points on the board. Oh, West Virginia is going to get a lot of points in this game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. I think West Virginia can name the score in this game. Yeah, they're a 27.5-point favorite, 17-point favorite in the first half, although I would rather see you play that game for the full game, because West Virginia coming off the bye, which was preceded by the loss to Oklahoma, 45-33 in Norman, a little bit concerned about them coming out and being ready to go and being offensively right on target early in the game. But I think eventually they will simply wear down KU in this one. Listen, this West Virginia team, they played Alabama damn tough in a 10-point season opening loss. They better win this game, and they better win it big, because next year going to Texas Tech, then you're hosting Baylor, then you're at Oklahoma State, then you're home against TCU. That's a killer 4-week schedule. KU comes in here, hey, there's a reason that this team fired Charlie Weiss. There is a reason that Kansas has lost 28 consecutive road games, going 9-19 against the spread in that stretch. There is a reason that Kansas lost its previous road game 41-3 at Duke. If Duke and David Cutcliffe can put 41 points on you, what's West Virginia going to do with Trinket at quarterback? And remember, Trinket did not play in last year's game. So West Virginia is your other complimentary play. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow, Sunday, when we do this one more time.